Where you from, George? For the people who may not know where you're from.
Liberia.
How's Liberia like?
We the old, we the next to Ethiopia. Ethiopia has got a different situation because they were an empire before they became a republic. But we're the oldest republic in Africa.
Okay.
We, I think we are. There's 1847. This is 2022. I think we are like 175, 76 years old type shit,
So, okay.
right? So the oldest republic in Liberia, not in Liberia, in Africa. I've been out here since 2005, so it's been a little bit. Um, it's going on 20 years now, but
How was this transition like?
it's crazy. It's different. It's different. It's been a lot of adjustments, cause us being like we have a different upbringing in Africa. When it comes down to it, like we have a different upbringing, and coming here, seeing different things, getting exposed to certain things. There's good and bad, but then there are certain things you want to maintain, and there's certain things that you can get away from and stuff like that. But um, yeah, no, Liberia is I think probably one culturally probably one of the most beautiful places in Africa. It's more accepting to more Western ideals than a lot of other African countries. Um, uh, but I love being from Liberia. I love Liberia. I love what we got going on over there. When it comes to like our main thing now is the music scene and the art scene. I think we are sort of following in the footsteps of like Nigeria or Ghana, South Africa too, to an extent. Um,
Yeah,
uh,
South Africa been doing their thing.
yeah, like my piano is going crazy, but I think when it comes down to like Nigeria, probably Nigeria now is the cultural hub of Africa. If I say so myself, I don't think they've declared that themselves. But you have Nollywood, you have a lot of their music, Afrobeats. Most of Afrobeats come from Nigeria, and that shit is. Now, when I came here in 2005, you couldn't hear African music on the radio. But when you listen to radio now, you probably every 15 minutes, maybe every 10 minutes, you hear an Afrobeat song. It's not just like the most popular artists. It's not just like Davido and Wizkid and stuff like that. You hear folks like Kiss Daniel. You hear all these folks.
It's funny that you said that because I was at Target today with Ebel, just doing some shopping and whatnot, to where you know, a couple songs came on, regular pop, whatever it was. Then by the time you know it, was an Afro beat I was playing at
At Target.
Target. I was like, Ebel, do you hear that?
Yeah.
He was like, what? I'm like, bro, you don't hear
You
that?
hear this shit
Yeah, it
on
was like,
Target
oh yeah,
radio.
yeah, yeah, Afro beat. I didn't even know the artist to be honest with you,
But you
but
heard
you
it
recognize that it's an Afro beat.
at
Target,
Target.
bro,
And
Target.
that's nothing that we that's what
Target, bro. I was like, wow,
that's
this is
why I'm
amazing.
glad like our culture, and that's the thing with Africans though. It's like we love to share our culture to the world. We love people to experience it. That's why now I think there could be more recognition when it comes to it, but I think we're getting recognition when it comes to the music. Nollywood, I think the music done came and took over Nollywood when it comes to like the movie. 'Cause obviously, Hollywood is when it comes to quality and like money and stuff like that. Hollywood makes the most. But when it comes down to production, Nollywood is number one.
Number one.
Yeah, Nollywood is number one when it comes to films being made and all of
What's
that stuff.
Ghana? Jollywood.
I don't think Ghana got a wood. I don't think they
Because
got wood
ours is
yet.
Sollywood.
Is it?
Yeah,
And then
Sollywood.
Liberia is like Lollywood, and then
Yeah, man. Hey, we've been doing our thing, man. Sierra, shout out to my country, Sierra Leone,
shout out to
Sollywood.
Salon, like we neighbors and shit.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I really think like Sierra Leone and Liberia, like we sister countries. Like
Right.
we talk about countries like they're females, so we sister countries and stuff like that. But no, being the adjustment, I think is like it's tricky coming from Africa to here because you're you come up in a certain way and then you are exposed to certain things over here and then you can either stick to your idea of what you know, you can take up this here, or you can try to do the best of both worlds. Like I still have my ideals, and it's always key to remember where you come from. But with me, I think certain things like putting pressure on your kids when it comes like to growing, like when you have kids and you're raising them and stuff like that. I think you have to let them be kind of their own person, and kind of you can guide them, but at the end of the day, and that's what my folks did for me, and I'm grateful for that. That's why I said it's like they guide you and tell you maybe what they want you to do, what they think that you should do, but then they give you room to like breathe and kind of figure stuff out on your own. And that's how you get up with that. But if you study like, oh, you have to do this, you have to do that, you have to do this, then I don't think that that kind of meshes in, because everybody at the end of the day, you have to make your own way. Even if it's your child, you might not like it, but they have to make your own way and kind of trust that you show them enough to be able to be smart enough to figure things out on their own.
That's true. So for any young folks out there right now, what is one thing you would say to them?
Trust your process, and like shout out to Joel Embiid, Cameroon, but it's trust the process. Like whatever you got to do. Like some people say, you have to have a plan B. Some people say, plan A got to work and stuff like that. But people are different when it comes to plan A versus having plan B and C. I say, as long as well, the first thing first is believing in yourself and believing in what you want to do and trusting that you can make it happen. That's number one. So once you trust that, then you say I can make this happen. Then you got to look at what needs to happen in order to bring that to fruition. That's the next thing. And so as long then that comes to trusting the process, because you have to have a plan. You can't just say, oh, I want to do this and that's it, and it's going to pop up. It's not going to pop up. So trusting the process is you have to go through. It has to be a checklist of certain things that you want to achieve and you want to accomplish, and you make it happen. So trusting the process is what I would say is believing and achieving. Those are like, I think those go hand in hand, because if once you believe in what you got to do and you trusting your process, you've done your research and everything, you can make it happen.
So for the people out there, this is my one of my closest friend, HD. You also do film photography. Let the people know where they can reach you.
You can reach me right now, Georgie Dufoy or Georgie two times. But I'm gonna have to speak English and French. Georgie two for Georgie, the number two, and then FOIS. But that's where you can reach me on IG, GEORGIE two, the number two, FOIS. So you can reach me there. You can reach me on George HD. And then I have my NFTs, which is Coogee Koalas, which is KOOGIE KOALAS. You can find that on IG as well. There's a lot of things coming. Stay tuned, and we can make it happen.
Also you have a YouTube channel in the works. Let the people know about that as well.
The YouTube channel is also OHF, the letter OHFPOD, and that's on YouTube. If you search that, it's gonna be the first thing that pop up. OHF Pod on YouTube, and that's Opinionated Facts. So we got it coming.